As per the usual, I need to get my social medias public so that y'all can interact on your respective platforms. So, and now we're good to go. We're live. I'm feeling good today. It's a lovely Chicago winter afternoon. I just took a walk. It is cold. It is very cold. But now I got my comfy sweater and my hat on, and we are good to go for Songwriter Sunday. So today, if you're new to the program, this is how it goes. I play for about 15 minutes. I open for my guests. And then at 2:15, I have a very cool songwriting guest on. And I just talk to them about songwriting. We hear their original music, and you can ask questions. That's kind of the fun thing. So it's all around like involved and all that stuff. So I'm going to start off with a few tunes, and at 2:15 Central Time, we are going to have the incomparable, hilarious, delightful Bill Larkin on to play some songs and talk about them. And I'm so excited to have him as my guest today. Hi, John. So to kick it off, I'm going to start with a blues tune that I wrote probably last March. So it speaks for itself. It's called Careful What You Wish For. Shout, come on back. There's a bag of white in my face. Well, man, I'm doing that. Flying high, I don't know the time, and I feel like a 10. Till the next morning, well, I might be dead and never need to get that high again. You gotta be careful what you wish for, or you just might get it. You got to be careful what you wish for, or you just might get it. The money, connections, the place, and the time, I can't forget it. So if I don't want to lose my mind, I better be careful what I wish for, or I might regret it, regret it, regret it, regret it. I'm a junkie for love, and I've been feeding night at night at the club with no real meaning. To the most beautiful man, he caught my eye. But he was gone the next morning before I got out of bed. Better to love and lose, what a crock of lies. You gotta be careful what you wish for, or you just might get it. Gotta be careful what you wish for, or you just might get it. Now I got the money, connections, the place, and the time, I can't forget it. So if I don't want to lose my mind, I gotta be careful what I wish for, or I might regret it, regret it, regret it, regret it, regret it, regret it, yeah. I keep searching for the strongest drugs to get me by, but nobody tells you the worst feeling in the world is coming down from that high. So if you're like me, searching for a bit of happiness and advice, listen to me. I beg you to listen to me and take this advice. Please be careful what you wish for, or you just might get it. You gotta be careful what you wish for, or you just might get it. If you've got the money, connections, the place, and the time, don't forget this. If you don't want to lose your mind, you gotta be careful what you wish for, or you might regret it, regret it, regret it, regret it, regret it. You might regret it, regret it, regret it, regret it. All right. It's a blues tune I wrote called Careful What You Wish For, way back at the beginning of the pandemic. And since then, yeah, just been chilling. So thank you for those of you who are coming back to Songwriter Sunday. I see Charlotte and Norm there. Hello. If you are unfamiliar, my name is Cassandra, and this is how it goes down. I play a couple tunes to open for my guest, who will come on at 2:15, and then at 2:15, Bill Larkin will be on today. And I'll Skype him in, and he's going to share some original music. We're going to talk about songwriting, and I really, really must insist for those of you watching, even if you got to mute me, come back or hang tight till 2:15 to see Bill. I've had the pleasure, talking you up, Bill. I've had the pleasure of knowing him for a couple years now, and it will be such a treat for you. So right at 2:15, I'm gonna have Bill up here till then. You're stuck with me. So this next tune I wrote a while back as well. I got to do my ballad in the middle of my mini set here. It's called I Wish I Wanted to Call You, But I Don't. A feeling I've often had, but is even more accentuated by the pandemic. So let's give it a shot. Sunrise, my favorite time to fill my coffee cup. Tired eyes, it isn't 7:30 before you call my bluff. Packed city streets, like me, unmoving. My pocket's buzzing wild again. I guess you finally know who you're losing, and I'm choosing right this time. Wish I wanted to call you, but I don't. I get a 6-hour feeling in my gut each time I touch the phone. Wish I wanted to call you, but I don't. I know that it would make your day to hear my voice, to talk, but I won't. Weeks pass. My mailbox overflows with panic letters asking, did you get my letters? I surface to send a black smoke signal. This isn't getting better, 'cause I'm set to get it right forever. Wish I wanted to call you, but I don't. I get a 6-hour feeling in my gut each time I touch the phone. Wish I wanted to call you, but I don't. I know that it would make your day to hear my voice, to talk, but I won't. But I won't. I wish I wanted to call you, but I don't. I wrestled with that one for quite a while. The simplicity of like the concept and the title, but sometimes that's just how things are. Especially in this past year when we can't really get together and social obligations can be easily skirted. I've definitely been feeling that too. So, but Bill's on at 2:15, so don't worry, it's not going to be heavy the whole time. And in fact, my last song of the day is supposed to be a little bit funny. Not too funny, just a little bit funny. So again, for those of you who are new, I'm Cassandra. This is Songwriter Sunday. And at 2:15 Central Time, a mere probably 5.5 minutes away, we're going to have a friend of mine, somebody I very much look up to, come onto the show. His name is Bill Larkin. And as they say in Anchorman, he's kind of a big deal. So Bill and I are going to talk about songwriting. We're going to hear a bunch of his original songs, and we're going to just kind of open up the chat for questions. So if you can buckle up for 5 more serious minutes here, we'll get Bill on the screen, and we'll get to talking songwriting. Oh, thank you so much, Charlotte. You're so sweet. Trying to keep the songs going. Actually, this Sunday program has been so meaningful for me and kind of the highlight of my week. So if you watch weekly or if you're just coming to this program, thank you, because this is what I love to do, is play my songs and talk to people about songwriting. I've always thrived best in like an academic setting because I so value the community that wants to talk about art. And given the past year and circumstances, this is as close as I'm gonna get, I think. So for my last tune of the day, I'm going to play a song called Celebrity, which I hope you all find funny. It's about social media culture. So, there you go. And then Bill Larkin, 2:15. I'm on a rooftop in my favorite onesie, the one that makes my butt look nice. You're on your couch, chilling in sweatpants, browsing the internet. My girls are all around me, we're all drinking mimosas, looking cute but we'll be thinner yet. Gotta hit the angles, pick a perfect filter, not right, not right. That's it, look at me in my celebrity life. While you're flipping through your phone, I baked a batch of scones, cause I'm a perfect wife. Look at me with my celebrity style. If I use enough emojis, I can fool you for a while. Look at me. Today I'm gonna show you how to draw a simple wingtip. Consider it a gift from me. You're inherently imperfect, your eyelashes are too short, so be sure to subscribe. Now I look like Kim and Chloe, I did it in 2 minutes. Hashtag summer vibes. Gotta hit the angles, pick a perfect filter, not right, not right. That's it, look at me in my celebrity life. While you're flipping through your phone, I framed all of these photos, cause I'm a perfect wife. Look at me with my celebrity style. If I use enough emojis, I can fool you for a while. Look at me. I need more hearts, I need more compliments. I need that guy at work to be impressed. It's Bill. My life's a movie I was born to direct. Mine is a story no one should forget. Look at me in my celebrity life. While you're flipping through your phone, I gained. Join a weight loss program because I'm a perfect wife. Look at me in my celebrity style. If I use enough emojis, I can fool you for a while. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. So that's called Celebrity. And all of these songs, if you like them, you can find them on my YouTube. My name is Cassandra Kaczor. If you type in my first name with like piano, you'll find me. It's pretty easy. So thank you for listening to my original tunes. Trisha, welcome. And Bill's ready to go. So let's get Bill up. Right? Meow. Me do it. Piano, you'll find me. It's pretty easy. Ooh. Thank you for listening to my original tunes. Trisha, welcome.
Enough emojis. What was it? If I use enough emojis,
I can fool you. For a while. Not forever.
When did you write that song?
What's that?
When did you write that song?
When?
Yeah.
Probably May of 2020.
Right. So while all the happiness has been going on, you wrote it during this period.
I did. And before we dive into that, I would love to see your face here. I got your
What?
and not your video yet. The people They need you. Ah, there you are.
Is everybody pleasantly surprised? Was it better the other way? Is it better this way? This way? This? One, two. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Bill?
I'm very good. Thank you for having me.
No, my pleasure entirely. And thank you for making the time to come hang out for this.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh,
How many songs would you say you have written during this fascinating time?
um, probably, if my memory's serving me right, probably about 40.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't want to brag about your 40, but I have written 38 less than that during this. Two songs.
Hey, that's two more than none.
That's right. God, we're both very, glass half full.
Yes.
Uh, yeah, I and at first I was berating myself about it. It's like if there's ever a time to be creative when you're on your own and you get the gist flowing. And it's like, and those first month or two, and it was like, no, we all should be doing something. But now it's more about the virtual shows and everything like that, and it's fine. It's like if something comes to you, then you get to writing. But not, no big deal.
Well, I will say something that definitely shaped my. Ooh, my camera's going crazy.
I see. So what I see is a lot of green, and then it looked like Christmas above it. Oh,
I'm fixing it just now.
they-
So the one thing I will say um, that has informed my whole like pandemic experience was actually your song about what you should or shouldn't be doing.
oh my gosh, that's right. That
And
was one of the yeah,
I
yeah.
think of that often, on the occasional day where I'm like, oh, I'm so lazy. I've just been reading a book all day, or I took a nap and had a glass of wine or whatever. I always think about your song.
Because it's weird because it was during and those two songs are the only two songs I've written were during the beginning of the lockdown, and it's because the other song wasn't that different. It was and I couldn't perform it now to save my life, but it was called "Discovering Your Apartment."
Yes, I remember. I sent that to so many
Yeah,
people.
yeah, and it was just like, well, there's a crack in the wall I never noticed. Oh, there's a thing like, oh, there's a fastener for something. What's it for? And it was just looking around the apartment. But I have a feeling we were all having that mentality, and the same thing with what I should be doing. I feel like comments online made you think like, well, everybody's being productive and doing ABC. I'm like, well, I better be the same. It's like, no, no. Even 10 months in, it's like you're doing what you're doing for your own brain, and
Hmm.
to make yourself feel the way you should feel, and so there's no wrong. I mean, there's really no wrong answers as far as that goes. So I mean, that was but maybe that's it. Like now that we're, not that a lot hasn't happened, but it's like, well, if I wanted to perform a song about it, I guess I would. But the live shows have been, just doing our virtual shows that we've been doing, taking requests and doing the parody song improv show, which is, I guess, my main show that I do. I mean, that's been taking up the time, and I've really been enjoying that. It's bizarre that with that, I wouldn't be doing that if it weren't for our situation.
Hmm. Well, and,
So
and in your own way, with the should and shouldn't be doing, you're so prolific in your online shows and so creative within them too. And I don't know if you want to touch on that now or later, but the parody song improv, John and I pop on from time to time. We're like, how does he do this? We have no idea.
it's very bizarre. It started in June, so a few months into last year, and it kind of made sense because in the '90s, remember the '90s? First of all, you were there.
Very young, but I was.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, yeah. I was. Um, I worked at Disney World in Orlando, Florida, and my job was being an improviser. I improvised at what is now called Hollywood Studios, was then called Disney MGM Studios, and I would make up songs when people would walk down Hollywood Boulevard, and that was my job. And at night, I worked at a comedy theater called Sac Theater Comedy Lab in Orlando, Florida. And it was the theater sports branch, and I did improv at night. So improv was my whole career. And I got to make up songs then. And then Howl at the Moon and the Dueling Piano Bars, where you and I worked, that became my career. So I got to know, figure out get our repertoire expanded and learn all the pop songs. And so something like making up parody songs seemed like a good mix. It's like, well, I already know the pop songs in my head, kind of. And then, but it was just a matter of, I was frightened to death doing it at first because I'm like, I haven't improvised since the 90s. And the first shows were not good.
How could they be?
Like anything, I feel like they've gotten better with time. And no, I enjoy doing it. I'm on Facebook now, but I'm discovering the Twitch where the kids reside. And do it like once or twice a week, and it's very enjoyable. I love doing it, and I hope I can continue to do it once we're back outside. I mean, either via the interwebs, which is a series of tubes, I've been told, or even live. I mean, I'm happy that I've been able to find this little, as we all have, found our little creative niche.
Yes.
Niche is a great word.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you're getting lots of love here on the comment thread about you being brilliant and keeping people sane and all that stuff too. So I hope you always keep in mind, and along with me as well, how much joy you bring to people through what.
And you and John, your shows, which I assume everybody has been checking out as well, are so wonderful. And it's to have that sense of connection with everyone, and just see. I'm sure it was bizarre for you too. Like when we weren't hearing the applause, we were just seeing the comments that would come 8 seconds later. It's like, oh, okay, this is how this works. Okay, but now it's like second nature, right?
Yeah.
But it's great. The fact that we can have that connection during this time is absolutely wonderful.
Probably a lifesaver for many people. Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
But outside of work, where I've had the pleasure of working with you for only a small not enough time, a small margin.
Right. Yeah.
I've only heard what you do at work, so I'm excited to hear some original music today. What are you gonna kick off with?
Well, this is gonna sound, well, I don't know. The first song I ever wrote, I feel maybe I should start there. That sounds like a good beginning. So I have a twin brother. I think you know that. Did I talk about that? Yeah. Who lives in Chicago now, by the way. I don't know if I told you that.
I did not know that.
He lives, he works for the Metro now. He lives right here, just in Andersonville, like 2 miles from me. And the first song I ever wrote was for him. I started taking piano lessons when I was 8. I don't know about you. When did you start?
6. Yeah.
Always one up on me. But was it 8? Yeah, I was 8 years old and I was classically trained for a while. That all went out the window. But when I was taking lessons, I started to put some chords together, and I wrote a song for my brother. And I guess I will perform it for you. So it's just called "You're My Twin." It's that simple. Can you hear that? Okay. You're my twin. You're my twin brother. We've always been together each day of our lives. And now I must tell you, my one and only twin. When I was born, Mom and Dad were so happy, but then you came out too, and they cried and cried, 'cause they only wanted one. And you ruined all their dreams. And we tried to leave you at the hospital, but the doctors made us take you home. Now we're miserable as hell. And we wish you were not living with us. And we thought of throwing you in the dumpster, but of course we can't do that. You're my twin. My twin. You haven't got a friend in the world, and you smell like rotten meat. You're all so stupid. My stupid, rotten meat scented twin. And you're the reason Dad's always drinking and why Mom is always drinking as well. When you fall asleep tonight, I will cover up your nose and mouth. You will not be able to breathe. And when morning comes, you will be dead. And then Mom and Dad will see your dead body and will laugh and laugh and be so damn happy because we'll finally have the family we wanted and the world will become a better place. Everywhere we go will be rainbows and lollipops. Everyone will get along with each other, and because you're dead, we'll all throw a party. Everyone will be invited to the party, and the people will all bring gifts to the party, and the gifts will be for Mom, Dad, and me, and you won't have any gifts for yourself. That's because you will be dead. My twin brother, Mom and Dad don't love you. You're my twin. Whitney Houston ending. You're my twin.
So,
The second song that I wrote, no, I don't even remember it.
so for those of you who are watching from home, Bill pretty much only sees me over Skype.
That's right.
I definitely had to step away a couple times to not disrupt the performance. It's so funny. I'm okay. I'm okay.
I'm all right now.
Yes, we can all calm down. I feel like I've been doing this for like 3 months and I don't even know what to say. So funny. I love it. I love it. So, okay, no, I will think of some. Yeah, John's dad, Norm.
And of course, it's not the first song I wrote, but it was like, that song's like 20 years old now. It was off my first album, and it was all albums. It was an album about family members, but most of it was made up, and that's not the relationship I have with my twin brother. It's just, I just happen to have a twin brother. Like every relationship is like, but, at the time it's like, well, what's it like to, have a twin, have a triplet, and it's like, well, maybe it'll go something like this.
I've always pegged you as very nonviolent, and that's what made it even more fun. But John's dad, who has his like DMA from Northwestern and stuff, newly retired, professor of theory, says he thinks that's the funniest thing he's ever heard.
What the? I praise. Well, I appreciate that.
And
Thank you.
We've got Joseph Taylor here. Bill Larkin should be the next big thing.
Is that Joseph Taylor Genuardi, I'm assuming?
We do.
I hear he's a piano player.
Oh, is he? Is he someone?
Yeah, I think he does a dual thing. I think, he's pretty new to it, I think. By new, I mean like 30 years or so he's been doing it.
Oh, so he's somebody I should know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's kind of a follower.
All right. And then Jack Dostal?
Yes.
Digging
it. The parody shows.
Oh, very awesome. Cool. Yeah. Oh, man. All right. Well, I need to go run to the bathroom and just...
I'll run to the bathroom too, and we'll have like 20 seconds of just the audience going, what happened?
All right. Here we go.
My vamp? Should I can vamp. I can make up a going to the bathroom song.
I bet you could.
I don't know what it'll be, but do you have to go?
No. Just,
okay.
Just a horrible, not good joke. So
I thought you had to go.
Because as a kid, when my mom would laugh really hard, she'd go, "I have to go to the bathroom," which is silly. Anyway, so everybody agrees that's the funniest shit of all time. Katie says hi too. Tom says hi. What's next? What's next for you?
What's next for us? Who knows?
For you and your twin, what's next?
Well, now we can. Okay. I think I know. This will involve a little bit of prop work.
Okay.
So I'm not going to be like Carrot Top crazy or anything like that. It's just one. It's one prop.
Okay. Well, if you're gonna do a prop, can I call you right back because the video is a little bit laggy.
Is the video laggy? Okay.
It is. So let me hang up and call you right back so that we can get the visual aspect going.
Goodbye, everybody. I'll be right back. Goodbye.
Everybody, stay. Don't.
Goodbye, everybody. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere. All right.
You're hanging up?
I'm trying to.
Okay.
I'm getting there. All right. Lots of windows to open and close.
Okay.
Or just hang up on me. Screw me. Here we go. All right, everybody, hang tight. We're going to get Bill right back up here. We've had a little bit of the video connection issue, but if he's going to use props, we got to make sure it's going smoothly here. So let's all right. Bill is back.
We're back, everybody. Hello.
The Bill is back. Yes.
Hello, friend.
All right. That's better. So if we're going to do props, I want to make sure everybody can see you.
Oh, yeah. And it's some fancy prop work. So hold on here.
Oh, everybody is so ready.
All right, ready?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Here's the prop. Okay, ready?
Looking good.
I wear a hat now. I never have before, but I wear a hat now. I like my new hat. I bought it in St. Louis when I was visiting St. Louis. I went into this hat store and I tried this one on, and the guy at the hat store saw me try this one on, and he looked at me and said, "Dude, that's the one. Dude, that's the one." So I wear a hat now. I never have before. It hides my bald spot. It's a little itchy, but it's fine. My mom likes the hat. She said so at Thanksgiving, but she doesn't like the facial hair. I wear a hat now. I wore the hat for like a week, and people said, "Nice hat." And then one day I just decided to leave it at home, and a friend met up with me and said, "Hey, where's your hat?" And I said, "It's at home." And he said, "Don't you like it anymore?" And I said, "Yes, I still like the hat, but I don't feel the need to wear it every day. So today I just decided to leave it at home." And he said, "Oh, okay. I thought you looked good when you were wearing it." And then he walked away and he seemed kind of sad. So I wear a hat now. I don't know when I want to wear the hat. I mean, I bought it in the winter when the temperature was cold. So I tried this hat on with a pair of 180s, the earmuffs. But I thought the hat with the 180s just looked kind of weird. So I took this hat off and I put on a winter hat instead. And then I took the winter hat off and I put this hat back on. And then I looked in the mirror with this hat and the 180s, and I thought, well, they don't look that weird together, but other people might think that it does look really weird. So I took this hat off and I put the winter hat back on. And then I took the winter hat off and I put this hat back on. And then I took this hat off and I put the winter hat back on. And then took the winter hat off and put this hat back on. And then took this hat off and I put the winter hat. And then I said, "I'm a grown man. I can wear whatever the fuck I want to wear." I don't know how to dress myself. I wear a hat now. Why do I wear a hat now? I mean, clearly I'm enjoying the attention, but you don't wear a hat for the attention. You don't wear a hat just for the attention. You wear it. You wear a hat because you like the way it looks and not for the attention. If I really wanted to do something for attention, I would go out onto my street right now and I would scream at the top of my lungs, "What the fuck is happening to the country? Why don't we put our cell phones down? Do something about our problems? Why are people still not wearing masks? Why do we suddenly have a problem with Nazis? Do we always have a problem with Nazis? What the fuck is happening to the world?" But I don't do that now. I wear a hat now. I never have before, But I wear a hat now. I like my new hat. I'm a guy who wears a hat now, but not all of the time. I see it in the mirror and it makes me feel good. And in 2021, anything that makes me feel good is good. So I wear a hat now. Work. The one prop in my show, I think.
Important
I don't have like
message there.
a case where I pull stuff out. It's nothing like that.
I heard that used to happen back in the day, but very important work. Very, very, not only hilarious, but also true. Like your should or shouldn't be doing song.
That's how I felt. Honestly, you write what you know. And as soon as I bought this, I thought, okay, when do I wear it? What does it go with? Do I look okay in it? What occasions do I wear it? What occasions do I not wear it? Does it go? If it doesn't go with this, are people going to point and laugh? Is it? I had every single. Just leaving the store, I had those thoughts.
Oh wow!
And I'm like, well, there's a song.
Indeed. I mean, do you wrestle with anxiety at all?
No. No, a musician like me? No. What am I on today? I actually almost forgot. Lexapro. I was on Celexa, but I moved to Lexapro. No, what was the order? Zoloft, which did I could tell you nightmare stories. Then moved to the Celexa. Celexa was good, and now on Lexapro, which is going a great guns. So the answer is yes. And it's where do I begin? Where do I begin? Actually, I mean, with everything that's going on, there is that sense of anxiety, of course, but there's also, and I live alone, and I, kind of keep to myself. The weird thing about the lockdown is, the homework in terms of lockdown, I was okay with. I was like, oh, just stay at home, great. That was, I wasn't much of a. When we were working at the piano bars, I was social, but I wasn't. I didn't normally go to nightclubs, bars. So I would go to the theater a lot, but I just wasn't a social being. So there's a weird sort of contentment about, kind of regrouping and doing things I need to do for myself. So that aspect I'm fine with. It's everything else, everything layered on top of everything else. Looking out for each other and making sure everybody else is healthy, making sure ourselves are healthy. I know that's a whole other conversation. But yeah, I've dealt with anxiety on and off for a while. But it's it's in a good place, I think. I mean, in terms of doing what I need to do. As you get older too, I'm 51 years old now, and there's something about turning 50. It's like there's a voice that says like you need to be doing more for yourself. A voice that does travel throughout your life, but when you're 50, it's like, all right, just do you, as the kids say.
Yeah, I ask because I guess I have a couple questions, and I want to make sure we have time for a couple more songs. But where does your anxiety intertwine with your writing? And do you think that anxiety or depression or anything like that is inherently kind of coupled with creativity?
Oh yes, and you and I could probably attest to this, like because that first album I mentioned was all silliness. It was all one joke songs about family members. Some were some were based on truth, some weren't, but it was mostly this PG rated album just based on silliness. And years later, I made the second album that had this hat song and others, and they were all about whatever I was thinking about. And some was like the social media song you sang before you introduced me. I have a song like that, and I have a song about being gay. I have a song about anxiety, about it's a ukulele song where I'm like, this ukulele makes me feel good, or maybe it's the Lexapro, who knows, something like that. And the whole album is just kind of bearing all and saying, this is what I'm thinking. And it was scary. I'm sure it is, for you when a song you're writing is cuts to the quick and is whatever is on the forefront of your mind that you want to get across. The songwriting, and again, you probably relate. It helps. It helps to get it all out as a performance. It's its own kind of therapy, and they're definitely intertwined, most definitely. And especially now, you see all kinds of and we just see them online too. We see so many people expressing themselves in a way that I never did before when I was younger, and it's great. But if I didn't have, if we didn't have this forum, even now, like I said, like we're in lockdown, but we can still reach each other. If we didn't have the internet, who knows how we would be expressing ourselves? But able to have that kind of expression does help with our anxiety during this time. And so yeah, they're somebody more eloquent than me could explain how it's intertwined, but it definitely is. Yeah.
Yeah, I have. I've been personally wrestling with the, stereotype of artists having kind of mental struggles versus can artists be healthy, and the stereotypes too. Like, not to deep dive too much, but like,
Right.
I assume, knowing you, that you've seen Hannah Gadsby's Nanette.
Yes.
And talking about Vincent van Gogh.
Yep.
And then her kind of monologue about medication versus madness and all that stuff too. So I don't know. I had a family member kind of tell me recently, like, well, artists are just crazy people. And I took offense. It's like, well, we're just wired maybe differently.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But others too, if somebody has that certain mindset, I think years ago I would have given it more credence. I would have been like, well, maybe it is. Maybe this is a sign of something's not right. But one of the weird, good things about what's coming out is like, no, you don't have to. You hear those voices and you can kind of take them for what they are, or know better why they're coming from that angle, or their experience is not our experience, and we don't have to analyze the differences, but we can see like, okay, if somebody has that point of view, okay, but I'm better now at like not dismissing it, but seeing it for what it is, and seeing where they come from. But yeah, I can relate to that spot.
Absolutely. Cool.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
not to take up too much more of your time.
Oh,
Like that was.
this is great. Yeah.
All right. Well, I would love to hear another song, and I'm sure everybody else would too. You've got a lot of people loving on
Except
you.
for you and I know the technology's not there yet, but someday we'll be able to duel through Skype or Zoom or Atari or whatever the kids use. The Commodore 64. I don't know what people use. Well, let's see. I don't have to worry about being dirty now because I've already just sworn up a storm. But
I put it in the blurb on the social medias. That
I saw. Yeah. Well, okay. So just like your song, where you talk about how social media has impacted you and others, I have a song as well around has to do with that arena. This song is called "Making a Difference." That's the title.
Perfect.
All right, here we go. I was on Facebook, and there on my news feed, a friend had sent an article that he wanted me to read. And it was all about gun violence and how it will not go away. Because the government won't do a thing. Because they're in bed with the NRA. And I read that article. And it made me sad. And then after a while, it just made me mad. And I thought, I just can't do nothing. And then I thought, I must do something. So I reposted that same story and shared it with friends and family. So now every person that I know can be just as sad as me. And then after an hour, it got 14 likes. And it also got a few comments as well. And one of the comments was, "What's the world coming to?" And another one of the comments was a sad face. And another comment said, "Somebody should do something about this." And then I commented back on that comment by saying, "I know, right? I'm making a difference. I know deep in my heart, I'm making a difference. Yes, I've clearly done my part. We make a brighter day. When we share news stories about things we're apparently not going to be doing all that much more about anyway. Yes, you could simply say, I'm making." Now, in that same article, scroll down and you will find a comment section where anyone can say what's on their mind. And one guy wrote that the liberals want to take his guns away. He said, everybody should be packing heat. And then he ends with USA. And I read that comment, and it made me sad. And then after a while, it just made me mad. And I thought, I just can't do nothing. And then I thought, I must do something. So I wrote back to this guy. And I said, your comments have left me less than thrilled. More legislation is needed so less innocents are killed. And then he wrote back, you sound like a faggot. And then I wrote back, what the hell does that mean? And then he wrote back, die, faggot boy, die. And then I wrote back, we're getting off topic. And he wrote, faggot in all capital letters. And I wrote, asshole in all capital letters. And then he wrote, I know where you live, faggot. And then I screamed and logged off. I'm making a difference. I'm helping all mankind. I'm making a difference. And you know what? I bet I changed his mind. We make this country great when we chat with others who are clearly worthy of debate. Yes, you could simply state, I'm making a difference. Yes, I can smell it in the air. I am making a difference. And all without leaving my chair. And you can make a difference too. If you say it often enough, it actually sounds as if it's true. Yes, me and you were making a difference. A difference. Yes. Now, see, we both have had the similar kind of thoughts. It's like, oh, like in your song, like, well, if I share all these emojis, people will know exactly how I feel. It's like, oh, well, some of it is just a facade, some of it's just a ruse, some of it is what we're actually feeling, but it's like just the thought that an emoji or anything that we're commenting on is like how we actually are, that we're presenting a certain version of ourselves to someone else is that, and that's a whole other department. But
Yeah, and is that story within that song, is that true?
it not to that kind of exchange. There have been exchanges like that I've had, not to that level, but I mean, we know they happen. But in my mind, it's like I don't know. I think when I'm online, I don't allow myself a lot to just get there. I don't escalate.
Mm.
But if I see something in somebody I think is going to cause trouble, I just like I'm not one of those who's like, oh yeah, well, blah, blah, blah. I never go that route. So it's almost like, even though that it didn't happen to me, it's almost a fantasy, that second verse, where it's like, this is how I want it to go, almost,
Mm.
just let my anger out. But it's like, no, in my mind, it's like, won't be productive. So
Mm.
so some of these are like, oh, what would I do? Or what could I. And is it good or bad or whatever.
Yeah, and especially with as we've seen the last couple of years, in particular, like the name calling stuff and all of that, and targeting particular groups of folks. Like I don't know. I just don't have a stomach for it. So
And I don't recognize it. Maybe it's because I'm older, but it's like, I think of Twitter. There was that Netflix, what was it called? The Social Dilemma?
mhm.
And that with stuff we kind of already knew about, how they kind of trigger you into feeling certain emotion. But as soon as after I saw it, I got off of Twitter. I wasn't really on Twitter. I had an account,
Mhm.
but I always thought of Twitter as like the playground, this kid's playground, but not the fun stuff like slides and the swings and the bars. It's just it's the am not R2, am not R2. That's all Twitter is to me, really. Even without Trump, that's what it is to me. And maybe if I was combative, and maybe if I felt like, it's almost like that George Costanza Seinfeld, where he's like driving from a meeting, like, oh, I wish I'd said this, but like if I had a witty comeback or blah, blah, maybe it'd be like, but Twitter seems like a contest. It's like, oh, who had the best comment of the day? Who had the best comeback? The best slam on some? And it's like, none of that seems healthy to me. And some love it. Some people I know enjoy it or deal with it how they did, but it's like, no, it's not for me.
Oh, interesting. See, yeah, I have people in my life who feel like you, where Twitter is the space to fight and pick fights and stuff. But for me, it's like actually my only social media safe space. It's the only place that I express my opinions and where I'm connected with a lot of other. I'm mostly connected with other like high ed music nerds talking about composition. So
Ah, great.
actually,
See,
the only forum where I feel good, whereas like Facebook is like,
interesting.
yeah, I can't.
Interesting. Okay.
Like here's my professional stuff, you know.
Yes. Right. Right. Well, that's interesting. I didn't even think about it that way. I mean, and we do feel comfortable on whatever. Like Instagram is almost like, well, it's just photos, and of course it's not. It's like you can be combative there, but it almost feels like,
Mm,
yeah, you find the ones that exactly you feel the most comfortable with, and as a performer, the ones you're like, I'm going to say what I feel versus I don't want to say versus, like you say what you feel through your music, but
yeah,
wherever you're most comfortable, right? Yeah,
definitely been the challenge of the year is picking those mental battles with what artistic content I share.
that's right. Yeah.
So real quick, at this point, getting close to the 3 o'clock hour, I would like to invite everybody who's watching. If you have a question for Bill, now is a great time to drop it in the comments. And then as people are thinking about that, if they have questions or anything like that, Bill, what is the best way for people to support you, like your music, your art, your life, anything like that?
Well, first, if I think I have a few friends here who have seen my shows, and some of you are meeting Cassandra for the first time, and so get all of her socials down, everyone. And it's Kazzor, and of course it's pronounced. I was always bad at it when I was at Pete. We met at Pete's Dueling Piano Bar, by the way, everybody. Which someday
Again.
someday we'll be there again together. But support her on all the socials. You're on, and then let me see, make sure I remember. You're on the Facebook, you're on the Twitter, you're on the Twitch,
Mm-hmm.
and you're on the Instagram.
I am. I am.
Uh,
No.
I am Facebook and Twitch is Bill Larkin Music. Twitch is right now where I'm doing the parody song improv show. I do those on the weekends. The rest of the shows are kind of up in the air. I decide during the week what I'm going to do. I don't have like this fixed schedule. I probably should because it's easier to remember. But parody song improv is definitely Saturday at 9 Central Chicago time, and that's on Twitch right now. My Instagram is the Bill Larkin. I guess I should just change that to Bill Larkin Music because then it would be easy to remember. And again, off Twitter, just and that's just me, but I'm not on it. but that's where you can find me. My album, Knowing Your Audience, is available on Amazon and Spotify and those places. And the live album recording is on my BillLarkin.com, which is my regular page. And I think that's it.
Cool. And we got your Venmo up there at least.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So if you're a big Bill Larkin fan, please send him some love for this session here. We did take some time to do the sound checks and to do the show. So if you love Bill, send him a couple bucks if you got it. Yeah. So let's wrap up with one more of your original songs.
Ooh, one more. What to do? I did all my big clothes. Well, no. Let's see. I think I know. This is from the very, very old album. It's very bizarre. My first album was in 2000, and then 16 years later, I made the Knowing Your Audience album. So stay tuned in 2032 for the next album.
We'll be here.
I'm on it. No, but this is the first from the first album, songs about family members called Bill's Family Fun Time. And just like I wrote a song about my brother, I wrote a song about my mom.
All right.
And this is called "I'm Just Your Mom." And Cassandra, thank you again so much again for having me. This has been wonderful.
Of course,
and,
my pleasure altogether.
You're keeping the Sunday series going. Who's here next week?
Another. Oh, I have to get out of my song thing. Sugar Joyco is here next week.
Excellent.
From the Pete's family. So, and I'm gonna after you're done, I'll hang up and I'll plug the whole thing one more time.
Oh, good. Excellent.
Yeah,
Excellent.
yeah. Thank you so much for the continued support.
Absolutely, and thank you for your support too. Great. All right.
What can I do out here?
All right. This is called "I'm Just Your Mom." That's all I need to know. Here we go. There have been women through the ages who have really left their mark. Cleopatra, Amelia Earhart, and of course there's Joan of Arc. But my mother tops them all. And here's the reason why. Whenever I do one thing wrong, I can hear her cry. Why don't you throw me in the winter snow and leave me there to freeze? Or I'll just die of fear or stress, maybe catch a rare disease, or stick my head inside an oven set at 1200 degrees. Don't worry, please, I'm just your mom. You never ever wash the dishes, clean your room, or mow the grass. Every Sunday you're satanic when I drag you off to mass. And boy, it was heaven every day I wiped your, oh, forgive me if I'm crass, I'm just your mom. She wants me to be happy and to let me have my freedom, and then we'll bake some cookies, and she tells me I can't eat them. She buys me all these, I want to say shirts with the 90-inch lapels, and when I say I will not wear them, this is what she yells. You wear exactly what I tell you to. If not, I'll get a gun and I will shoot you if I have to. I don't care if you're my son. And don't think I can't take you just because I'm 5'1". I could have been a goddamn nun, but I'm your mom. And if you ever disobey, I'll grab a tree branch from above and I'll stick it in your eye. And I'll give it such a shove and then I'll throw away the evidence and hide the bloody glove. But I do it out of love because I'm your mom. She's always at the hair salon, where they know her by name. And later, when she comes back home, her hair is just the same. She tells me Dad is great in bed. In fact, he's such a stallion. She always shares too much. She can't help it. She's Italian! Strunz! Spasima, spacz, de prima qualità. Scucci manda galba tosta, gonna bring the monta, get the punta, get the bee, I don't know what the fuck she's saying. She's my mom. I do the cooking and the cleaning and the shopping and the banking after all I've done for you. It's me you should be thanking. Instead, you've taken magazines to bed and started wanking. I should give you such a spanking. I'm your mom. Why don't you just set me on fire and then shove me off a pier? Every time I tell you something, it goes out the other ear. I can't believe I carried you inside my body for a year. Just forget I'm even here. I'm just your mom. Hey! Just lost 3 pounds doing that last song.
Good, good. I saw it.
Gone.
Looking good. Looking very
Thank
good,
you.
Bill. Yes.
Right?
And I also host a therapy group at Thursdays at 7. No, for
Good
real
to
though.
know. Writing that down.
I'll be sending you some conspicuous emo music links after the show.
Emo music.
Well, hey Bill, thank you so much for sharing your awesome songs and sharing of your life experience and everything. Everybody, make sure. Ooh, this way. I'm still getting used to the camera. Send Bill a few bucks or follow him on his various social medias. He is thebomb.com, as you've seen. And yeah, I'm going to sign off with you and talk about the next show. So thank you so much, Bill.
Thank you, Sandra, so much. This was an honor. Thank you for having me.
It was, no, an honor for me, Shirley. So
Right.
take
Bye,
care,
hon.
stay well.
Take care. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
All right. And for those of you still hanging around, next Sunday at 2 p.m. Central Time, I will be interviewing the Houston-based singer, songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, and also lady producer, Sugar Joyko, who I really hope you tune in to see. I had the pleasure of gigging with her one time, and she is just a killer, man. She is a killer and very on top of the production scene, especially as a woman. We are underrepresented as producers, and so she has a lot to say about that. So I hope you can come back next Sunday, 2 p.m. Central, and yeah, we'll just keep this thing going. And exciting news, I have a whole slew of new songwriters booked through April. So I'm going to keep this going until I run out of people. And so far, we're good to go, you know? So we'll be doing this all through February, all through March, all through April, definitely for sure. So if you're enjoying this content, please keep coming back, saying hello, connecting on social media, and then supporting the artists if you're able to, who come on as well. So I'm Cassandra. That was Bill. He's amazing. And we'll see you next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Central Time, 12 Pacific, 3 Eastern, for Sugar Joyko. All right, take care, be well, and continue being kind to one another. All right, take care, y'all.